Hello, my name is Angelique. Welcome to Don Sinclair Reggae Vibes. Today it is my honour to be sitting next to Luciano.
Give thanks.
Welcome, thank you.
Every time.
Thank you so much for giving us your time. So what age did you get into music?
Well, I started singing from very early age, from about, going to church, I started, involved with choirs and doing my thing, playing my guitar. My father built my first guitar at the age of 10. So I started getting involved in music from them tender age. From my 11, 12, I was writing my own little song. So I would say around 10, 11.
So when you started, was it the same style that you do now? Like when you sing, you pray, the prayers that you're saying?
Well, I grew up in the church, so I have a spiritual background, and I think that has some form of, it has that kind of impression on my music also. And I try to keep my focus on that kind of pathway. My father was an evangelist and he instilled in me certain principles of the Bible, so I have certain respect and reverence for the word and also for the music, because I see the music as a gift from God, so I try to always send a message or inspiration through the music.
Okay, you do that.
Thank
so
you.
Many levels. So what inspired you to become an actual artist rather than stay in the church and keep your talent hidden?
Well, I was always really impressed with the works of Dennis Brown, Bob Marley, the greats who have paved the way for us. And when I started out in my background, my father and mother, we didn't have much. My father was a carpenter, my mother was a dressmaker. But we never had like TV and all them kind of thing for luxury. So we had to, just one little radio to listen to. And so we had to learn to build our own vibes and, and create our own little amusement. So I believe that listening to all these works of the great musicians and pioneers like Bob Marley, Dennis Brown, Burning Spear, Peter Tosh, Jimmy Cliff, I was really moved by their works and I really wanted to be like them. And then when I watched that movie, The Harder They Come, I said, man, this thing inspired me so much, Yeah, so that movie even helped me to move to town. When I reach town, I look out for see if any thief there because them thief Jimmy Cliff bag when I reach town. Yeah, man. So, the works of the greats have really always been an inspiration for me and motivated me to want to be in the music business. And then there was a show called Where It's At that used to come on TV. Like we would go, there was one man in the neighbor in the community who had a TV and we all would line up at the window to watch Where It's At and all them kind of things. So I always wanted to be where it's at.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
What was your first single that you bought?
My first single that came out on record was Ebony and Ivory, a song that I did for Mr. Earl Ailes at Aquarius Records at the time. And that was in 1992. Ebony and Ivory, a cover version from Stevie Wonder and Paul McCartney. Very nice song.
Okay. So what is your favourite album by another artist?
Well, without hesitation, Spellbound by Mr. Dennis Brown, one of my greatest mentors of all time.
Yeah. Okay. What artists do you like and who would you like to work with, who you haven't worked with already?
Well, I've always admired the works of Stevie Wonder on the more international scene, because and there's something about it, the way how he sings and the spirit coming out, and his music is always clean too. So I've always had great respect for him,
Okay.
And I think it's still in the making that we could do a collaboration. Definitely.
I know you're playing at Wembley soon, but what was the last event that you played at?
The last event I played was just recently in Kansas City.
Okay.
We played at the Granada. It's a Granada, it's like a theater, or theater house. Very nice vibes. Sound was good.
Okay, so reggae music is big in Kansas?
Yeah, the reggae music is big in America, especially in the West and also in California region. They have a lot of live bands and so on doing good. The music is doing great.
Okay. What has been your best musical experience to date?
There's so many great experiences, but I honestly believe that one of my greatest experiences was when I went to Africa, to Ghana, with John Legend. He had a big show there, and what year was it again?
2004,
around that time, somewhere around there. But we went there, and it was a big gathering, and at the airport I can't forget. There was a big crowd. When I came off the plane, I was walking, through the towards immigration, and when I came through, there was I saw some big bouncers in some. They had some bouncers in so. I was saying to the promoter said, "These are your bouncers, And I said, "No, I don't need bouncers, man. I said, I don't roll like that. I'm low keyed and easy going." And so I said, "Well, Lucci, you're gonna need them, I'm telling you." I said, all right. So we walk out. When the door opened, I step outside. I couldn't believe it, man. Hundreds of people. I said, "Lucci!" And I said, pictures. I saw some people with our paintings and all them things. I said, "Look at this, Lucci. I draw this for years waiting for you." And so that it really left an impact on my mind. And I always remember that, Okay. And then I met with John Legend, very humble virgin, Okay.
If I was to describe your music, to me, like I said earlier, it's like praying. In your own words, how would you describe your music?
I see my music as a message music and an inspiration for the people. I see myself as a messenger, and I believe that I was anointed and appointed. So, seeing that, I will try all my utmost best to keep that message in my music. So I see my music as an inspiration for especially the younger generation, to lead them in the right direction,
Yeah, you're getting them,
People of all nations, not just one, one segment, but all nations.
Okay. What genre of music can't you stand? What genre of music drives you mad?
Well, I'm a little disappointed to see how the music has turned a little, and they've gone into a dancehall kind of vibes with the music, because I grew up with a rich heritage, and we observed the works of the great pioneers who have paved the way for us and laid the foundation. So I would really love to see the youngsters respecting the hard work laid down by those great men who have done men and women who have done their part in the building of our history, that they should also try to carry on the tradition. And I don't like to see how they are demoralizing the women and doing all kind of stuff right now in the dance hall. They're doing all kind of crazy stuff. So it really has it turned me off, I'm not lie. And you don't hear, they don't play the music as though they should. They just play like 2 seconds, and then them scream out and flip on the next one, and before they have the people them all over. Crazy, doing some crazy stuff. I think they're bringing it kind of vibes like what you see in the horror movies. We call it metal. There's a next kind of music that make the people are crazy and them take all kind of appeal on them. But them kind of music name again, pa? Heavy metal, They're behaving like they listen to heavy metal, Music's supposed to have that smoothness and that spiritual effect upon people to inspire you.
It depends if they're listening, though.
Music should inspire you.
Yeah,
It should make you beat up yourself and jump out of a place and lick against wall, and that's not music anymore. That's music. It's abusing the minds of the people. That's my opinion,
If you could dabble in another genre of music, what would it be?
Well, I love jazz.
Okay.
Honestly, from time to time I play a little jazz on my guitar.
Any other instruments do you play?
I play guitar, I play flute, I play a little piano, I play drums. Into instruments. I believe that once you're in music, you should, as an artist, one should try to apply himself or herself and try to learn to play an instrument. It helps in the writing of your music, composition and all that. So I try to learn as much, you know.
Okay, so when you write, how do you mentally prepare to write your music?
Initially, I started listening to works of great people who have done their works, and I listen how they form the songs. You have a chorus, and you have bridge, and then you have a verse, chorus, then a bridge, and then so with the knowledge of that, I apply that little knowledge. But at the same time, you need inspiration of what you're writing about, because you can't just get up and just write. So I study life, I study nature, I read also, and sometimes some songs I get through natural inspiration. I remember I was like a song would just come to me, like I'm there sleeping and a vibe just come to me and say, wake up man, grab your guitar and just start playing the vibes. I remember there was a dance that I got in my dream, and I never remember the dance. When I wake up, I couldn't remember the dance. It's a bad dance. And you know how the dance came back to me while I was on stage. One time I was performing and the music hit me and I start do the dance. I'm saying, wait, this dance, I did dream about, you know. So music is a spiritual thing. Mm-hmm. And from time to time, I also get like people who come to me and say, boy, they get a vision, like them have a song for me. And they would love for me to sing it. So I invite writers too, because inspiration comes from all directions. At times, Jah will use another vessel to send a message to me, you know. Yeah. So we work from an international and also open-minded approach.
So what else can we expect from you in the future?
I have some great things in the pipeline and I'm still working, you know. And as I say, my music is always message, so I'll keep more message coming for the people. And looking forward to setting some proper foundation, especially in Africa. You know, work on certain projects, helping youths, poor. I have a program, panel for and needy upliftment, which I'm working on. I've been working on like free-handedly without the help of others, but I think I can make it an international foundation that people, my fans would love to join in, can join their pound, you know, a weight or so. So, you know, it's really about helping, building, and inspiring people.
Giving back.
Giving back.
So do you get nervous before a performance?
In the earlier years, before I mastered my art, there was a little nervousness, yes, I have to agree. But now I have overcome that. And I think once you know what you're doing and you're convinced that you're sufficiently prepared, I think nervousness comes when you're not sufficiently satisfied and knowing that you have the thing proper. If you don't do a proper rehearsal, if you go and work with a new band and probably sometimes some new musicians and you're not so sure that, but they can deliver, then you can be a little nervous. But if you work with musicians and you know that they're capable, then you won't be as nervous, you know. You know, if you're just learning a thing, then you might be a little. I remember the first time I went on a donkey back. I forced them to go up on a donkey back, you know. And the donkey ride off with me in some maca, you know. And from that day I said, I'm not going back and run donkey back. So I think nervousness comes when you're not fully prepared for a thing. Now I am prepared and I'm ready and I'm fully in geared. So I am ready. So when I hear my audience, especially when I hear the audience say, Luchi, I get excited. I want to run out there, you know? Yeah, man.
So what advice would you give to the new and up-and-coming artists?
I would advise them to just be themselves and don't get carried away into fantasy. Stick to reality, man. A lot of them doing a lot of tattoo and bleaching out them faces just to get attention. Some are going as far as tattooing them eyeball. Some are pierced, man, put on all hand of them head and all them. I say, when you do all them things, be yourself. You know, be real. Don't be unreal. You're going to reel out like a cotton reel, you know? Skin will go pale.
How do you balance your music obligations with your family life?
I try to make my life like music and music my life, because honestly, even in my home, I have music a part of my life. I try to tell my youth, you get music, the right music, it puts you in the right frame of mind. You can start the day with music. And you know, before you even go to bed, I find out that if I have music playing at a low level, nice music, not just any music, nice music playing at a low level, I find that I get good dreams. But if I see without no music, I don't get much dreams. I find out, I don't know, test it.
Oh, well.
You know? You don't have to have no whole lot of words to it. Just even some guitar playing or piano in the background and on low level with a dim light. Nothing like that. You don't have to do that either. Just a dim light. You get good dreams. You set the platform for your soul. In other words, prepare the environment that is conducive to such spiritual enlightenment.
Okay, so Mr. Luciano, the
Yes.
messenger, do you have a message for Don Sinclair?
I just want to encourage Mr. Dan Sinclair to keep the people inspired out there. I mean, you're doing a great work. I love what you're doing. Because if you go on the YouTube, we have all kind of crap they're playing on the YouTube now. People literally videoing people fighting and killing one another, and people dying in accident and them videoing. Doing all kind of nonsense. I believe that this technology that we have, it can kill and it can build with. So let us use it to build, and I really encourage Mr. Dan Sinclair and all those other brothers and sisters out there who use this tool, who use the internet as a tool and not as a weapon to destroy the people's mind or distract them from staying upright. And we must not forget our purpose. We are human beings created by the Almighty God, and we have a duty to serve the Almighty and also in service to humanity. So let us not forget our purpose. Man was made to serve God.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too, my dear. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Blessed.
My name is Angelique for Don Sinclair Reggae Vibes. Thank you. Hope to see you again soon.